If it is or if it ain't, it's going to come out. Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you are listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is December the 3rd, 2022, and today the topic is idols. Happy Saturday, everyone. Happy Saturday. I hope that you all had a great day yesterday. Mine was just fine. Thank you to the ones of you that tuned in to last night's episode of God, Sex, and Love, the talk show. I hope that you all enjoyed that conversation. If you missed it, don't worry. All you got to do is go to godsexandlove.com and check it out. It should be our featured video. An amazing chat about helping out people that are in 9 to 5s and all of that good stuff. But anywho, y'all, let's get into this chat about idols because I feel like the Lord has a lot to say about it. I mean, if I think about real quick what was the inspiration for this morning, well, I mean, it could be a few things, but honestly, I had a random thought in the midst of, I can't remember if it was before I started to do the prayer meditation or during or after, but at some point this morning, no, you know what? I think it might have been part of a dream. Either way, all I remember is gold balls, y'all. And I know y'all like, what? But I mean like actual like gold, like balls of gold, not anything else. Not nothing tawdry. Just yeah, like gold balls. I'm sorry. That's the only way I know to. That's the only way I remembered it to look it up. And when I looked it up, I mean, obviously, you know, I came across some interesting verses. There are some verses that sound very similar to the Christmas tree and everything like that, which made me kind of be like, well, that's a whole other thing by itself. But ultimately, gold balls and reading those verses that I came across this morning, I guess made me take this deep dive into idols, y'all. And so that's where the inspiration came from today. And so let's get into it because I feel like God is not playing about this conversation about idols. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. So here we go. Exodus 20:3. It says, "You shall have no other gods before me." Oh, here we go, right? This is Pope for those that want to put anything before God. I mean, we tend to do that. All of us as humans tend to do that one way or another, whether we know it or not. And I think that's where we have to be careful, and everything like that. But let me share some more Bible before I get into to my thoughts about this, y'all. Okay, so then Exodus 20:4 says, "You should not make for yourself a carved image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth." Okay, so if I pause right there, like, how many idols have you seen in life? Like, we do this. We make our own images and we worship them. You know, we make our own, like, whether they're literal gold statues or of some sort, or wooden, or whatever the case is. Or I think the main thing is we take God's creation and we worship that versus worshiping him as the creator of all things. And I mean, I feel like we all may be guilty of that one way or another. You know, whether it's man-made or even God-made, you know, the things, right, are not to be worshipped. Even us, like, sometimes we take other humans and worship them, you know. And so, yeah, I mean, what I'm receiving this morning is that we really got to be careful with this. We can't be, now for those that are intentionally, because there are those that intentionally create things to worship. I think that this is what these verses are referring to specifically. But again, I think we should be careful about all things, because again, gold balls led me to what sounded like people cutting down Christmas trees, or I say Christmas trees because that's what it reminds me of when I read the Bible verse. But it literally talks about people cutting down trees and putting silver and gold on them and everything like that, and nailing them to stay up, or whatever the case is, whatever they were doing at that time. And to me, again, it sounds like the tradition of a Christmas tree. Now, do I feel convicted by putting up a Christmas tree with my family? No, not necessarily, because I know there's that whole other side that always comes out around this time of year, where people are like, oh, it's not really Jesus' birthday, and why are you doing the other Christmas traditions and whatnot? Like, and I get that. I totally understand that. Not taking away from that. Obviously, if you are convicted by that, then by all means, don't do none of the traditions if you feel like, if you can't separate, right, that and acknowledge God with it. Like literally the other day, I came basically as I count down to Christmas with my son. I've been reading to him, Bible scriptures regarding the Christmas story, or what we call the Christmas story, but basically, the birth of Jesus Christ and whatnot. I came across this. Oh, I think it's like I got an email about like having a different way to look at the tree as Christians and whatnot. And so I took that and walked through those different symbols with my son. Like we looked at the white lights that are on the tree, and I told him what that could represent in a Christian biblical way. The gold balls that are on there represented, I used the yellow representation to represent that, and and all those different types of things. So I believe, right, it's all about you and what you do with the thing. Like if you're gonna take the tree and bow down to it and call it God and all of that, then by all means, cut that out of your life. You know what I mean? Don't do the tradition, by all means. But if you can take the thing and I'm not, and not worship it, and understand that it's just a tree, and understand that it's just decorations, and find ways to introduce your young family members to the concept of Christ and everything like that, then do that and celebrate Christ, whether it's his birthday or not. This is just in my opinion, this is just a chosen time of year to celebrate that. So it's all about you and what you do with God's creation, in my humble opinion. Now that's my humble opinion, that ain't Bible, so y'all can take it or leave that, X, Y, and Z. But let's get back into some Bible that we can't so easily throw away. So Psalm 135, 15 through 17 says, the idols of the nations are silver and gold, the work of human hands. They have mouths, but do not speak. They have eyes, but do not see. They have ears, but do not hear. Nor is there any breath in their mouths. So, why do we do this? Why do we take God creation, or why do we create things ourselves to worship rather than worship God? Why do we rather say the universe than to acknowledge Jesus and everything like that? Why do we do that? I mean, the only thing that I could think of is that perhaps it's because we can see and it's tangible. Those things are tangible, and so we use those things. That's the only thing that I could think of when it comes to like why we as humans do this. Take the things that we see and worship them in any aspect. Again, whether it's, I mean, this might be deep, but again, right? I mean, jobs can become an idol. Money can become an idol. You yourself can easily become your own idol, I mean, I'll go ahead and confess because, hopefully the Lord continues to convict me or whatever. But I'm still on this quote unquote masturbation sabbatical. And like I said, it wasn't intentionally something that I thought about I wasn't intentional about being like, oh, I'm going to do this right now. Like I told you guys about in the cultivation period, there was a particular time where I had to be intentional about taking a break with that habit, and now I can share the testimony about self-control, right? Um, but now, fast forward to today's time, um, somehow I found myself on this quote unquote sabbatical, and I didn't necessarily understand why per se. And I can't say that I haven't been tempted because, of course, I'm human. I've been tempted, um, and everything like that. But for whatever reason, the Lord is allowing me to go through this again, I guess, and maybe in the hopes to share about not only about self control, but like, you know, maybe in some ways I'm becoming an idol to myself, right? By practicing or by that practice, So again, like we just have to be careful. That's what I'm receiving today, y'all. Overall, if y'all don't hear nothing else, let's be careful about anything that we put before and over Christ. Um, because again, that is what's considered to be an idol in God's eyes, from what I'm reading in this Bible. And there's plenty of verses to peruse and let marinate on your heart, souls, and minds regarding this. Plenty of warnings regarding this as well. And so, yeah. I mean, I got a couple more verses to share with y'all, but I do believe that this is very, very serious. So let me keep going. So then Jonah 2:8, it says, those who pay regard in vain, those who pay regard to vain idols, forsake their hope of steadfast love. So again, if you are paying regard to vain idols, you're forsaking the hope of steadfast love. You're forsaking the hope and the love of Christ, and everything like that. And so, why do we do this, y'all? We sacrifice something real for something fake. Again, we focus so much on here and now and forget about eternity, which we were talking about yesterday. But basically, I'm just saying, y'all, it's real out here. We can all easily find ourselves doing things like this. So we just got to be more careful. Colossians 2:8, it says, see to it that no one takes you captive by philosophy and empty deceit, according to human tradition, according to the elemental spirits of the world, and not according to Christ. So yeah, we got to be, again, careful about what we see, what we hear, the things that we listen to, the ideas, everything like that. I mean, it's good to, I guess, learn and get some understanding and, hear different opinions and everything like that. But we just got to be careful when it comes to things coming against the word of God and ultimately turning us away from Christ. Like, we just got to be careful, y'all. And I mean, that's the juice today. Again, there's plenty of verses in the Go Deeper section to, just, I guess, marinate on today and just really, think about, I guess, ask yourself the question, is there an idol in my life? Do I have an idol of any kind in my life? Is it me? Am I my own idol? Am I making another person an idol? Am I making anything that God created an idol? Am I making my own idols out of God's creations? Just all of those things, ask yourself that question today, and I hope the answer is no. And if it's not, then, seek the Lord for ways to get past that, friend, because that is the juice. The Bible verse of today is John 8:12. It says, then spake Jesus again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that follows me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life, friends. I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all on Monday, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. Are you engaged, married, separated, Friends, don't give up. Let no man separate what God has joined together, not even you. Transform your marriage and your idea of marriage today with Marriage Reignited. This program is an insightful look into marriage and what are the true needs of his and her. You guys can get a discount when you use Miracle Video or Miracle Combo. Miracle Video will get you $5 off of the video, and Miracle Combo will give you $10 off of the video and book. Check out marriagereignited.com for more information. That's MARRAGENITED.com. And again, that's Miracle Video, MIRACLEVIDEO, or Miracle Combo, MIRACLECOMBO.